Hello, my dear friends. Tracy with you today, and welcome to my studio. I am so happy to spend this time with you. Now, in the month of October, we are talking about psychic abilities, we're talking about spirit communication. It's Halloween this week. I know we are in social distancing, but I hope that you will find time to have some fun, to dress up, to share some spooky experiences with your friends. So for the month of October, me as a medium, as a spirit communicator, I know that the veil between worlds is so thin. It's not an accident that Halloween and holidays, All Saints is the 1st of November. So these holidays are very specifically crafted. And that's because the relationship between human beings and spirits is very strong. The bond is strong. The veil between the world is so thin. This month you will be seeing more. You will be feeling spirits. You will be seeing dreams about spirits. You will be seeing your departed loved ones showing up to you as a dream, as a vision, as some sort of extraordinary, supernatural, paranormal thing. So let's dive into psychic abilities. Many of you may be wondering, what is it like to be psychic? Now, occasionally, we all have some kind of a supernatural experience. You may see an aura, you may see a special sign, you may receive some kind of an insight or a vision. Does this mean that you are psychic? So my answer is yes. Yes, of course you are. I've been working with thousands of people, and let me tell you, there's always psychic connection. There's always this intuitive connection. And intuition is your number one gift that the universe has given you, so you can navigate your life, so you can experience more, so you can have just better, more exciting adventure that you call your life. If you just had your five primary senses, being able to see, to hear, to sense, to touch things, now within that confinement of your own physical body, you will have this whole world around you, the energy world, that you'll have no idea that you're living in this ocean of energy, that you are connecting with other people, not just physically, but also psychically, also mentally, telepathically. And that's how you know that you are psychic, because you are alive. And without your psychic abilities, you will not be able to survive, even to survive in your own physical body. So let me share with you what I know about psychic abilities, about psychic senses. Not that I developed them myself, by the way. I was never just a psychic from birth. I hear so many stories from someone who is in this line of work, someone who's intuitive, psychic, how they were just a little girl and they could see the spirits and the angels. Well, none of that for me. I never saw an angel as a child. I never seen a spirit, no departed loved one showing up for me in my dream. So my own development of psychic abilities came with training. I actually trained myself. I studied with mediums, I studied with psychics. I was always this just one curious pain in the butt who always wanted to know, who always had the questions. So I believe that I developed my psychic abilities, which we all have, but you can strengthen them in the world. And if you're listening to this conversation, I hope you really understand this. In the world that we're living in, it's so important that you listen to your own voice, that you pay attention to your own intuition. Hear me again. Without your own inner voice, you will be drawn into drama. You will have so many distractions. There's an overload of information. We live in a world where we have to actually protect ourselves from information. So if you don't have the trust to the world around you, you don't know who to believe. Is this the right way? Or maybe this is the right way. You begin to feel confused and distracted. It's so important. Listen to me, please. This is very important, to listen to yourself, to Connect with the source of wisdom that is within you. In 2021, oh my goodness, this is going to be so important. Within the next 5-10 years, your guiding principle is that navigation system that is your intuition. You know what to do. You already have a plan. Your soul is not an accident that you're here. You come with a certain set and intentions. So when you connect with your soul, when you connect with your intuition, you see clearly. You know where you are going. You're not going to be distracted, sidetracked into some place where you don't want to be, because that's where everyone else is going. You know that you will be on the right track when you're listening to yourself. Now, my source of information, I communicate with the spirit world, beings whom I call angels. They are asking questions. They're showing me certain things. I listen. I also ask questions. So that's how we communicate. It's almost feeding this constant loop of information and feedback that is always happening. But my own intuition has always been my guiding principle and never let me down. I've listened to my head way too many times, and I know that if I look back, if I reflect upon my life, things where I really kind of didn't trust myself, the moments when I didn't feel like doing certain things, the moment where I did not believe in myself, that's when I failed. And looking back, of course, you learn as you go. This is not your life. You're here to figure out your life. By me looking backwards, I know that this happened because I did not listen to myself. I did not pay to my attention to my intuition. I ignored my intuition altogether. And this is true in many areas of my life, from my work, from my relationship, and everywhere else. So I am super clear on one thing about my life, is that I am listening to myself first. Before I make any decisions, before I invite some teachings or teachers into my own life, before I trust the guidance of angels, I need to check in with myself. If I trust myself, if I'm listening, if I have this faith in my own psychic abilities, if I'm moving forward, having the vision and having the clarity, which is not always there, but this is where I am working on. Developing my psychic abilities, exploring the world around me, and trusting my own intuition. So that's the whole conversation. And I'm here. I was put on this planet to help myself, of course. I am my own student, but I also help you as well. Wherever you are, remember, your intuition is your most trusted advisor. Trust in yourself. This is so important. When I speak about psychic abilities, for a lot of you, I'm speaking about reading cards or talking to angels and then having some sort of channeling experience. That's all part of it. But the most important thing is that your psychic abilities give you more vivid, richer life that you desire for yourself. Everybody has intuition, just like we all have a voice. I have a voice, you have a voice, I hope. This is our natural gift. But there are people in our world who have magical voice, like, I don't know, Lady Gaga or Beyonce. It's a magical, beautiful voice. They're so gifted because they have this unique ability to sing. Now, someone who is like me, I'm an average singer, but I have a voice. So if I train myself, if I take practices, if I do certain things, I may not be a Beyonce, I may not sing like Lady Gaga, but I will get better in the way that I sing. I may look for teachers, I may do the practices, do all my trainings. Eventually, I will get better. Same thing with your intuition. If you feel like I don't trust myself, my intuition is kind of like a vague blur. I don't know if I have an intuition. If I'm listening to myself, it's hard to to hear my own voice. You can develop it. And this is where you always begin, is that no matter where you are, no matter what happened to you, no matter how old you are, no matter what your social background is, no matter what your religious background is, you know that you can develop your own intuitive abilities. Just like you can get better at singing by taking singing lessons or dancing lessons. You may not be Pavarotti, but you will definitely get better at your own gifts of intuition. So in this video, I want to share with you 4 things that you can start doing today, that you can start implementing in your own life today, and become more psychic. These are your training wheels. So number 1, practices. Practice, practice, practice. As a practicing medium, I will not be able to do this work unless I practice. And I've been practicing for many years. So practices of developing your intuition is really going within, having a moment when you actually get silent, when you create a space where you are not overly thinking about life, where you actually have a moment to go inwards, to do a meditation practice. You know what I'm going to say. Go out to nature. Every single video, she's out in nature somewhere. Because you know what? For me, this is where I hear my voice so clearly. This is where I receive such beautiful ideas if I'm out in nature, because I'm so connected. I'm connected with my soul. I'm open. I'm much more alive, much more connected, much more intuitive when I am in the right setting. But I do this as a matter of my discipline, as a practice. I go outside, I breathe, I do certain practices, breathing exercises. It's a meditation that also involves you changing the inner chemistry of your body. If you like, there are many breathing practices. If you like Wim Hof, there are many free exercises that you can do, just breathing, and also doing meditation, going into silence. Chanting just even a simple mantra like Om allows you to vibrate at the level of your intuition, that you change your inner state and you become much more open. And just do it for like 5 minutes. Om or Aum. These mantras don't really mean anything, but the vibrational sound, the sound vibration actually changes you. It changes you on the inside. So these practices are beyond words important. Just like you would take specific singing, so the same way that you are practicing certain exercises, improving your abilities in any area, you'll have to do the same thing with your intuition, with your own psychic abilities. So spending time going within, listening to your inner voice. What does your inner voice even sound like? I've asked this question way too many times, and you know what I hear? Crickets. I don't know what my voice sounds like. Well, you're psychic, Josie. That's why I come to you. That's why I pay you. That's why you're supposed to give me all the answers. So that's not really how it works. It can help you in just a moment, but what are you going to do for the rest of your life? So this is where the shift in consciousness actually begins to happen. And in my own practice now, if I work with people, I change my own mentality. You know, I used to give my people I work with all the right tools and make sure that they do the right things and give them all the best advice. And I realized, you know, they keep on showing up over and over again, again and again, again and again. It's like I am now giving that energy that they need. They can't find it anywhere else. So instead of me giving them fish to eat, I now begin to teach people how to fish. That's all my courses are for. That's all of my programs are for. That's what I'm doing these videos for, is to teach you how to fish so you can feed yourself. These tools are so important. If you listen to your inner voice, you won't need another psychic. In some moments, we have to go and find people who give us an authority advice, people who know better, people who know more, who've experienced more, they're mentors, they're teachers, they're guides, but you are the source of this wisdom. So doing whatever you need to do to really, really go within and listen, understand what your inner voice is like, what your inner voice sounds like. What do you sound like? You can only find out when you can differentiate your own voice from silence, not your voice from millions of other voices. Got it? Good. Number 2. Okay, number 2 is get out of your head. Get out of your head. Again and again, this is a problem in our world today. I'm guilty of this myself, by the way. I'm not pointing fingers. There's no need for that at all. I love you. And understand this, we live in a digital world. The processing of information is happening. It's all mental ability. It's all in your brain 24/7. People call me and say, Josie, this is anxiety. I'm experiencing so much anxiety. I can't sleep. I can't. What if something happens? What if something negative happens? What if I lose this? What if I lose that? And they lose their connection with the present moment. They lose their sense of feeling even connected to their own body. They're so in their head. And if you can't sleep, if you are too busy, always busy, being busy, if you are constantly feeding off the social media, if you're constantly somewhere in the cyberspace, if you can't stop your head, if you always have to do something, if it's hard for you to just relax, my friend, you are in the same space that I go to sometimes. That is your head. So intuition, it's almost the opposite of that brain capacity. It's your ability to receive energy and information on a very different level. And your body, your skin, your energy field, that's the way, that's sort of the bigger receptive field for the energy to come into your existence. So if you're dwelling in your head, you are creating massive imbalance between your physicality and your ability to process information. There's so much emphasis on your higher state, on the higher sort of energy processing centers, then your body is at the lower density, the lower frequency. But that's what keeping you alive in the first place. That's what keeping you grounded. You don't have the body, you don't have life. So when we disconnect from our bodies, and when you disconnect from your body gets cold, your body just goes sometimes into paralysis if you're sitting for way too long and if you're watching something. And then your body is like asking, it's craving for attention, asking you, please help me. I need to feel alive. Your body is asking, it's calling you, I need to feel alive, because the energy and too much emphasis and focus is on the mental processes. It's all the part of that processing of information constantly, that your body is disconnected. Now, in order for you to ground, many of you will feel being anxious, in a state of being so lightheaded, dizziness, headaches. Where do those things come from? From a place of sitting way too much in your head space, being far away from your body. When you bring your energy back into your body, you begin to feel things. You begin to experience things. Even when you consume food, if you just pay attention how that food tastes in your body, how does it make you feel? How does this energy really, the feedback and communication within you, everything that you do. If you are struggling with anxiety and all of these things, your body will crave food. This is the first thing your body will do. It will ask, please ground me. And for many of you will reach out and you'll grab some snacks, some junky snacks, because that desire is to keep the energy, to feel your body again. So when you understand just to be healthier, disconnect from social media, disconnect from the internet. The way too much information is not good for you. period. If you can spend time, just even 5 hours a day, which is probably the minimum for a lot of people if you work, and I do a lot of my work online. But then to be able to stop and then do something with your body, exercising is great. So anything, taking baths with Epsom salts or maybe essential oils, that's awesome, because that's again, that brings energy and connection to your body. Feel your body again. Slow down, slow down. Eat your food with greater degree of mindfulness, greater degree of feeling and enjoyment. Just do whatever you need to do to enjoy your life even more, just even on the micro level, and this will have a cumulative effect over time. So do whatever you need to do to bring that awareness back. All right, a few other things is to become more receptive is absolutely necessary, because intuition is not a state of you projecting something. You just throwing the energy out into the universe, or visualizing, or putting something that is so generative in the world where the divine there's imbalance between masculine energy and feminine energy. I know that psychic energy, that's the intuitive energy, that is a feminine energy. And you see, even women, I love you, my girls, my sisters, but at the same time, being always in this masculine state, always generating, always competing, always standing for something, that puts you in a state of just stronger masculine projective energy. It takes away the essence of the femininity that is the greatest gift, that is so intuitive. So intuitive, feminine is not passive. It's receptive. It's like negative and positive. It's the ability to create the polarities. It's the ability to receive first, so you can give. If you can't receive, you can't give. You can't create exchange of energy and information unless you create this balance of feminine energy. And these days, no matter what I hear, it's so important for my own health is to stay connected to my feminine energy, period. My feminine energy, it's not just good for my health and well-being, and I'm a woman, so I have more feminine energy to deal with, to develop on a daily basis. So I am able, in a relationship, say, with my husband, in relationship with people who are close to me, to be able to get out of my busy mode and projective mode, and to be more receptive, to be much more connected, much more grounded. So this would be very useful in your daily interactions with the world. So for men, the feminine energy is that intuitive energy, and you have that. So for you to be able to use that and the logic, to use that, and then all of the mental stuff that you are hearing about. So feeling is the key. Feeling is, that's what it is about. It's all about creating that. That's the generation. The feeling itself is the feminine quality. Feminine is not weak. Let me repeat that. It's a different kind of power. So being able to receive, so not to have a moment of, I'm agreeing with the world, I'm receiving the world, I am okay with the world as it is. If you're constantly trying to find fault with it, something is not right in the politics, in this area and then other areas, you will always go into the masculine mode, not being able to accept, to receive, to allow. That's the feminine qualities. And your intuition in this case will be ignored, because in the sense, you need to hear it and receive it, to have the capacity and openness to receive this intuitive information. So I'll do another video on that. That's a really big topic to talk about. So just want you to just keep that awareness. And by the way, when I'm speaking today with you, I'm in my masculine mode. So there are days when I'm really feminine and so on. But when I'm speaking now, I'm just giving you this information. I'm switching from my feminine into my masculine mode, but I'm doing this intentionally to let you know how this feels on just a subtle level. All right. And finally, last but not least, to get more to be more intuitive will really mean to have more energy. I won't get into the details because again, it's another conversation, but your energy, if you don't have energy, your intuition is weak. And to get more energy, for a lot of you, this could be get a better night of sleep, to get just a better quality of sleep. For many of you, is to stop always being right. And for a lot of you, it always means sometimes to actually allow yourself to take a break. Don't always go, 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 go. For a lot of you, it will mean to maybe release some of the stuff from your past, all of the traumas and stuff and things from your past lives. I'm talking about this life, but you know, the previous experiences that are so energetically demanding. I cannot tell you how many times I would speak to someone and there's all this victim mentality that no matter what happens, no matter how things change, the person always finds a way to not to be fully here. It's always about something's wrong. Something is not always there. So this person did something wrong to me. This person said something. And it's been years. It's like the family and the parents and then someone else. Because if these emotions are still in you, they're like parasites. They're taking energy. They're taking your attention. So try to get more energy. I have a video on how to get more energy, probably more than one video. But I promise you, if you get more energy, somehow your vibrational state increases and your intuition, you open up and your intuition, the quality of your intuitive guidance really changes for better. All right, so here you go, guys. I hope this was helpful, and I hope that you guys are really beginning to tap into the spirit world, connecting with your own maybe departed loved ones or angels or spirit guides for this month of October. Lots of love. Have the most amazing day or night on our beautiful planet Earth. I love you. Be well. We'll chat soon.